Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Digital Mentors Wake Up Call. My name is Monique. I am a community member at Digital Mentors. I am also the content director, and this morning I'm going to be talking to you about 3 ways to kickstart your slow-moving business. So whether you're just beginning to build your business or whether you've been in this game for a long time, if things are moving slowly, because there's always those lulls that are there, but especially if you're at the beginning and you're like, I feel like I'm putting some of the pieces in place, but things really aren't moving along in the way that I want them to, you're going to want to listen to today's conversation so that you can start to implement some of what we're talking about and really build momentum in your business. So the first thing, the first thing for you to do if you want to kickstart your slow moving business is that you need to be talking about your business or what you're creating inside of your business every day, whether that's a social media post on one platform or several platforms, whether you're talking about it with your friends or your family or your counselor or your therapist, you need to be in conversation about your business every day. Earlier this week, Stacy went live and was also talking about building momentum in your business. And that's another great conversation that you can catch out to kind of weave in these things that really move along what it is that you're trying to create. So posting every day, talking about your business all of the time, falling in love with your business, being in relationship with your business, which is some of what Stacy talked about as well. You know, this thing that you're building is not something that's meant to last you for a month or 3 months. It's really a much longer stretch than that when we're talking about building a sustainable business. So you want to make sure that your relationship that you're building with your business is nurtured and cared for and communicated about every single day. Social media is obviously the most accessible point for you to show up and easily talk about what it is that you're creating and get it in front of people. Another important thing to remember while you're posting is that if you're posting and there's not a lot of engagement happening or you're not getting people reaching out to you, don't think that your social posts aren't effective, because there are people who are going to go back to your page later when it's not like right there in that moment as you're posting, and they're going to read what it is that you shared. They're going to click links that you had previously posted, so think of it like you're curating your social media feeds so that anybody who finds you, anybody who comes your way can get a good understanding of who it is that you are and what it is that you're offering and bringing to the table. So every day, like really, you are going to be talking about you're going to be talking about your business so much that you're going to be like, oh my gosh, like I don't know that I have anything else to say. I don't know where to take this conversation. I don't know if anybody is listening out there, because some posts are going to take off and some aren't going to do as well. And so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like that is another conversation of metrics and analytics and social planning. But in the time being, if you're just trying to kickstart and like jumpstart what it is that you're creating, make sure that you're posting and talking about your business every day from all aspects. You can talk about your offer directly. This is what this offer is. This is what I'm creating. You can talk about it indirectly, where you're speaking about the experience of you as the owner of this product and what you went through to create it, and maybe even some obstacles that you overcame to get it out there. All different places. If you have people who are sharing stories that are related to whatever it is that your offer is, weave that into your social posts. So that's another conversation about social strategy. Definitely want to attend our Thursday live trainings, because we get more into depth with a variety of leaders on how to utilize social media to get leads. But just make sure that whether it's on social or in your physical life, that you are in communication about your business every day. Get tired of it. Get tired of it and get over it and keep going, because that's just part of the process. The second point that I want to make about how to kickstart a slow moving business, and I already touched on this a little bit, but it really is a mindset shift of stopping thinking of what you're creating and what you're doing as this sprint where you're quickly trying to get there to more of a marathon, because there are these small bursts of energy inside of your business. But really, like, you're looking to create something that's sustainable over long periods of time that can generate passive revenue or revenue in general over periods of time. So when you're thinking about your offers, if you're someone who is easily distracted and you have all these ideas and all these things that you want to implement and all these different ways that you want to help people or show up and serve, narrow it down to the thing that feels the closest to you, what feels most accessible for you to begin building the easiest right now, and start with that one thing, and know that you have the next 10 years or longer to implement more of what you're wanting to do. So it doesn't all need to be done right now. And if you slow down and focus more specifically on certain things, it will allow you also to get a better feel for your audience and what their needs are, because you might be creating a product that doesn't exactly resonate with the audience that you have. And so then there's some work to be done on your offer. So, and that leads me into my next step that I'll get to in just a minute. But I can't express to you how important that mindset shift is. And I say that from personal experience. I've been an online entrepreneur for 12 years or more. And I used to have such a narrow field of vision. Like, even though I knew in my heart this is something I would be doing for a long period of time, my vision was just like on the next month in front of me, on the next week in front of me. And I had to really expand that space and say, hey, like, I've already been doing this for more than 10 years. I'm not going to stop now. Like, this is something that I want to get a good feel for, and I want to build something that I feel proud of, that I feel successful inside of. And that means that I am going to commit another decade to pursuing what it is that I'm building. So knowing that, I don't have to be so urgent about getting all the ideas in my head out to my audience immediately, because I know I can space them over time. Okay, so my third point for 3 ways to kickstart a slow moving business is the process of reviewing, renewing, and implementing. You are never going to stop participating in that process. All companies, all businesses participate in that process where you put something out, you let your audience experience it, you evaluate what that experience was like from all the sides moving forward. You see how you can make it better for the next time, and then you implement it again. So that's another piece of switching mindset from it being a sprint to a marathon, is that you're not just putting an offer out and moving on. Sometimes that will be the case, like when you're trying stuff out and you're looking to figure it out and see what's hitting with your audience, you might try different things. But if there's something that you're creating that you're anchored in, that you have really gravitated towards, that feels completely in alignment with who you are and what you have to offer and what's important for you to share with the world, that is going to be a process of refinement over time. So just know that, like, whether we're talking about you creating a podcast, a YouTube channel, a funnel, or a course or something, or coaching services, like, no matter what it is, as you put it out there and the experience is had from both parties, there's going to be an opportunity to renew it and refine it over time. And that is another part of your business to fall in love with, because you want to keep making what it is that you've created better. And that doesn't mean, for our perfectionists who are here listening, because I certainly have an aspect of that to my personality as well. It doesn't mean that you stop everything until it's absolutely perfect, because really the only way to know how to make it better is to put it out there, let it take on a life of its own, let people interact with it, so that you can get the feedback that you need from a customer perspective of what you can implement into it to make it better. And maybe it's great. Maybe what needs to be refined is how you deliver it on the other end so that it feels better to you. You know, maybe it's perfect for the customer. So there's a bunch of different ways to look at your offers and what you're creating, refine them, make them better, and implement them over time. But that's another mindset shift that I'm inviting you to take to kickstart your business. Because if you're showing up inside of your business and you're like, oh, I have to post again today. What am I going to say? And then you're like, oh, I have this product I need to get out. Like, what am I even doing? Cut that out right now. Like, you can choose to stay in that mental space if you want to, but it is not going to make building your business any easier. And you're also relating to your business in a way where it's like a problem, and it's not. This is just the process of building a business. And so there is an invitation there for you to kind of fall in love and enjoy this process of figuring things out and putting things into place. And I have a bonus fourth way to kickstart your slow moving business, and it ties into all of this and the Digital Mentors community, which is make sure that you're surrounding yourself with people who have similar interests and goals as you. And if you're listening to this right now, you're in the right place. The Digital Mentors community is the place to be, to have that experience and connect with people who are working towards building their own online businesses, working past the obstacles that all of us face at different stages in our business. You know, we're all in this together moving forward. But I can't really stress enough the impact that that has had for me on my own business. I only recently joined the Digital Mentors team at the beginning of January, or at the end of January. And ever since then, being in conversation with you all, having the opportunity to see what Digital Mentors is doing for their rockstar clients, what our coaches are doing for our coaching clients, seeing the frameworks that are being put together for how to successfully build your online business in a way that's going to support you over long periods of time. It has been truly inspiring, and it has been a game changer for me. There was even a 6-year period when I had a brick and mortar business. And if I had had access to a community like this at that time, I'm really curious what my business would have looked like, because I was never able to get it to the level of financial success that I was aiming for. But I didn't really have anybody around me who was as hungry and interested in not only the technologies of building the online business structure, but the mentality of where you have to be to create what it is that you want. So just know that. Just to recap, 3 ways to kickstart your slow moving business, whether you're just getting started and you're like, nothing's moving, how do I get going? Or if you're in the middle of it and you're experiencing a lull, the first thing is be willing to talk or post about your business every single day, and shift your mindset to where you can get excited about it. Because the energy that you carry about what it is that you're selling makes all the difference in how people receive it. If you show up and you're like, oh, here's this thing, do you want it? Like, nobody's going to be engaged to sign up for that. So you want to make sure that you're excited about what you're offering, you're excited about what you're doing, and your audience is going to receive that and connect with that energy in return. They're looking to have an experience with you. The next thing is you want to relate to this as a marathon and not a sprint. So stop looking at it from 30-day periods of time, 90-day periods of time, and instead think the next 10 years. Give your ideas and interests room to be planted over time. It doesn't all have to be right now. And then inside of that decade, there are bursts where you are sprinting for specific offers, but you're not sprinting for your entire business model in 3 months. Okay. Give yourself some space, please. The third one is you're going to review, you're going to renew, and you're going to implement over and over and over and over again. So that's another part of the process to begin to fall in love with, to shift your mindset to, so that as you put things out, it's not supposed to be perfect every time you put it out. There's going to be things to shift. There's going to be things to move around. There's going to be things to make better. And you'll learn that as you're delivering whatever it is that you have to offer. And my fourth thing was to surround yourself by lovely, like-minded people who have similar business goals and interests as you do, because that is going to make all the difference in your level of enthusiasm, your willingness to see like, hey, there's other people trying to do the same thing. There's even people inside of this community who are excelling rapidly in ways that I want to. Keep your eyes and ears open, learn from these people, absorb as much as you can. But the more that you can stay in that energy of excitement and momentum for your business, the more that you will see leads coming in, offers being sold, your audience growing. So how you hold yourself in your mental space makes all the difference. So thank you for letting me share that with you. I'm going to come over here to the comments and see what you guys have going on. Do you guys have any questions? Was there any one of those tips that stood out to you as your favorite this morning? Hello, Anthony. Hello. Anthony, did you switch time zones? He said he's getting used to coming here at 11. Oh, because we used to be on the call. You used to call in for the wake up call, and now we're just live streaming. So it does take a minute to implement those new habits for sure. Hello, Randine. I'm glad you're here too. Rick, good morning. Good morning. Hi, Dee Dee. Somebody said, I love what I do. Love that. Awesome. Well, good morning, guys. If you have any questions for me, I'm glad that you found it helpful. It was so helpful, definitely for me, to think of it as a marathon and not a sprint. That is a game changer thought for sure, and a mental adjustment that I had to make. That really only came into my awareness as I was a part of the Digital Mentors team and saw how they were working with other people in their businesses. And I'm like, wait, I need to give myself more space to develop the things that are inside of me. I don't have to do everything right now. And I think that part of that is a lot of the culture that we're raised inside of. There's so many aspects where we're getting that instant gratification, all of those dopamine hits that your phone is giving you every time you open it or see a new notification or scroll to a new video. And so we're programmed to be like, I created an offer, I put it out there, or I put my funnel out there. Where is everybody? Nobody's signing up. And so there's more to it. There's more energy of yours that needs to be aligned to go behind it. Is your mind in the right place? Are you excited about what you're offering? Even if you're nervous, Erin on her wake up call this week, she was talking about how the brain doesn't know the difference between what's actually happening and what you're telling it. So whenever you start to feel those nervous, overwhelming feelings, you can shift in your mind and say, no, I'm just excited. I'm excited for what I'm putting out there. Even if the nerves are there, I'm excited about what I'm creating, and start to program yourself to face that direction. Anthony, this is the community to be in and people to be around. And yes, we do have to reprogram our expectations very much. I hope you guys have enjoyed this morning's wake-up call, that conversation. I hope it gave you a little bit of the fuel that you needed to get your business going in the ways that you want. And don't give up. Don't feel discouraged. Keep your head in the game. Connect with the people in our members community. We are all here to support you. Keep showing up to the trainings that we're hosting, because they'll give you more insights and understanding to what it is that you can create inside of the business center to offer your audience more things for you to get excited about. And yeah, keep creating. We're so grateful that you're here. Thank you for being a part of the Digital Mentors community. I hope that you have a great Wednesday, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.